I am not seeing anything on here that says where this might be poisonous. You know, just in case somebody was to have licked his finger to help dilute this down to rub it into the crack. Not that I would do anything like that, but you know, worried about other modelers. Anyway, yeah, it looks like in order to put these little pieces on, this whole thing has to be assembled. Like these parts here, they have to be put on, and then we can put our photo etch on. So I guess we got to spray this. Now I know you didn't see this being sprayed just now, but you know what? If you recall, you saw it being sprayed once before a few days ago. Well, it looks like I'm going to get away with not having to paint the inside. I know it's not painted here, but it wasn't before either. That's going to be completely covered up, so this is good. Now I do have a recollection of a couple of days ago trying this piece, and it fit in pretty good, I think. But we have second coated this, so it's going to go in good again. Okay, these pieces we tried them on before and they seem to fit. And let's try and get them on without scratching the side of the funnel here. I guess my hands are in your way. Very tight fit. I'm going to be careful I don't break something else off like those. Okay. I'll stick the other one in the same way. Hardly need to glue it, but maybe I better. Now this clip really doesn't show anything other than you can see on the top of that piece that we just put in, it looks a little bit like there's a bare spot. Well, there is a bare spot. I must have accidentally touched it with a brush from the Tamiya Extra Thin, and the paint dissolved, and yeah, I got to touch it up. Unfortunately, I screwed up on my videoing this segment, so yeah, but anyway, you get the idea. Okay, this piece of decking is supposed to go right on here, like so. And I think possibly the best way to fix this one in place is to lay this whole thing over on its front like this. Okay, let's just do a dry run here. Yeah, that should work. Put a little bit of CA glue here and a little bit right there. I would think CA is the best way to go here. This is CA medium, by the way. Now, I know you can't see this one being done, but it's going on the same way as the other pretty much. That was close. I almost put it on upside down. Yeah, it's going to stay there. That's going to be handy. Okay, let's get it positioned the same way it's in the manual here. And now we were going to try and figure out which one of these is which, remember? Because they're mirror image to each other. Okay, so the way I've got it right now is this part is this part. And we want the one that is going to be when it is upside down. I don't have a wrist like one of those robots that just goes round and round and round. Okay, so it's not this one, so it has to be this one. Okay, there we go. I can match it up with the picture here. So now I know that this one here, very gently, it's got to go on there. I'll swing this all around and zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so this piece here drops straight down, and it looks like these little legs here go on the other side of this piece right here. I did say I was going to zoom in, didn't I? I do believe that's the way it's supposed to go. Now, is this supposed to go above or below? Now, it looks like it's going to be too difficult to put it the other way, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. You know what, I was just thinking, I'm surprised that there isn't a little ladder or something right here, because obviously somebody would have had to have... Now remember, this is upside down. There should have been a little ladder for somebody to come from right here, to crawl down, to get onto this thing. It would have been interesting to know, just what is this? What is it for? Just get it exactly in place here. Now I'm just wondering, what kind of glue should I be using here? I know that the Tamiya extra thin is the easiest. You just put it on and let it run down, but unfortunately it does dissolve the paint. So I'm thinking that possibly the best is to take this out of here, put a little drop of CA right there, and maybe a little drop on the each side right in here, and also in here, and then try and get this thing back in and hope that you get it in place before the glue cures. Now you'll notice that I've made a change here. I've got this part here tucked underneath this piece right here, and then I also was wondering, why is there this slot here? And I went ahead in the manual all the way through, right up to the end, and there is nothing that is supposed to go down through here that is supposed to attach onto this part here. And so then I thought I'll check Stefan's book, and you can see here there is nothing that's going through this. Yeah, I don't know why there was a slot there. Well, actually, it was probably a fairly wide gap. I imagine maybe 2 or 3 feet from one side to the other. Maybe not quite. Anyway, doesn't matter. And don't need to worry about having to put something through here. Oh, I scratched the book again. Yeah. Maybe I can find some other pictures that'll show this thing. This is the one we were just looking at, only it's right side up, so it's a little bit easier to figure out. Now, once again, you're going to notice that the overall photo is kind of overexposed. Well, the reason for that is, as I mentioned before, if I don't overexpose the photo, what we generally want to look at is usually in a dark shaded area, and we're not going to get to see the detail. I don't know which one of these drawings best illustrates this catwalk, but if I had to pick only one, I'd probably pick this one. There. Now the idea of having it like this is so that once I get it perfectly centered and everything, I can just drop a little bit of CA glue right there in that crack. Once again, that's the plan. Now I'm noticing that this one piece right here, this one little upright, I guess you'd call it. Anyway, the part that hangs down is kind of bent. Remember, I think it was yesterday we bent that. I'm just wondering, is it going to be visible when this is poked in? You know, if I try to straighten that, I might make it worse. I think I'm just going to leave it. And this could go maybe a smidgen that way. Trying to shove it over. You know, I'm going to have to make myself something else to poke that stuff with. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I've got a little bit of CA thin here. Has to be enough that it's going to run down. Once it gets into the crack, it'll kind of wick its way. Oh, I missed. There. Just one more. Okay, now is this in the right place? You know, I think it's cured already. Now what about at the top here? I think that's going to stay there. It won't fall out anyway, that's for sure. Now I realize this is probably not the best view because it shows where I scratched the paint off of the photo etch. However, I don't see that with the naked eye. And yeah, at least you can see how those catwalks hang down underneath there. And if you use your imagination, you can almost see a little sailor walking out on that catwalk and doing something with that part that's hanging down, whatever that was. 6 more pieces of photo etch to go. These long pieces here. And obviously, I think the easiest way to put these on will be to have this piece laying over on its side. And okay, I think this one has to go on the other side. So we want this one here. As I mentioned before, I'm scared to squeeze them hard. Okay, now I can see where this goes here, so this must, let's go something like this. Well, that doesn't want to work. Oh, you know what? There's a little slot. I don't know if you can see it right there. There's a little opening in the deck. And I guess this is supposed to slide up through it. I'm just inserting this shot that I did afterwards because I realized that with the wide angle lens you probably could not see that little slot. Anyway, that's it right there. Now it'll fit. Yeah. But you know what? That's going to have to be in the next episode. Getting on in the afternoon already here. So, thanks for watching. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.